Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenore and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. Reading your tea leaves. This is a message for Aquarius. If Aquarius is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a horoscope for you. All right, let's get started. And so this is a bonus reading for Virgo. And our card tonight is the King of Swords, which would also be the Knight of Swords. I usually read from the Thoth deck, but on my bonus readings, I use other decks. This deck is a beautiful one. It's called the Carnival at the End of the World. Seems kind of fitting, right? All right, let's go ahead and take a look and see what these tea leaves have to say tonight. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. Also, if you'd like to leave a little like, hit a little like button there, a little likey like, or leave a comment. I would love to hear from you, and I appreciate all of the engagement. It helps the channel so much. And also, if this is your first time watching, I'd love to hear about that. So go ahead and comment. Let me know. It's my first time. I know I'm a little bit silly. I know I said it was nighttime, and I got to get out of that habit. I used to film late at night, all my readings late at night. Now I'm getting up super early, like around 4:30, 5 o'clock to do my readings, and I'm still stuck on this idea that it's nighttime. But yeah, so I'm a little silly. I've been up for a couple hours now doing my readings, and I'm feeling pretty good, awake, ready to meet the day. Okay, so immediately I saw this person. Okay, now she has a tree, she has an axe, or maybe vice versa. I don't know, but there's a tree and there's an axe. Okay, and I said she. It doesn't have to be a she, although I don't know, something about this. I think it's the skirt. It looks like a little skirt. But let's not limit it. If you don't identify as a woman, these symbols do not have to always be gendered. I know. I fall into the habit sometimes. So we have the tree, we have the axe. To me, when I see these two things together, it lets me know that you have been doing some deep self-work, okay? This is the kind of energy that comes about when we are breaking generational cycles, okay? We're not just trying to fix things within the family. No, we're cutting the dang tree down, okay? We are not continuing on with the way that things have been. We are replanting our sacred grove, okay? We're not going to hold on to legacy. We're not going to hold on to, corruption and sickness and mistreatments within the family line. No, we are going to start over. Now, does that mean that we are free of our ancestors or elders and we can just dispel them? I don't think so, no. But sometimes things have to begin again. Things have to begin again. And sometimes we have to be the ones, don't we? And us Virgos are up to the task. It stops with us, whatever it is. Whatever that thing is, whatever that many things are, we all have them in our families. The time that we live in, I think, you know, anytime somebody is alive, any generation, any time of history, there are negatives. Absolutely. And a lot of times, yeah, people think, oh, this is the end of times. This is as bad as it could get. Well, I don't think that that is the case. It could get worse. It absolutely could. But you know what? We live in a time that is so beautiful and so interconnected. We have so much information. We have so many opportunities. And we see things more and more for what they are, if we allow ourselves to have eyes to see. Things that seemed normal even 20 years ago seem absolutely crazy now. The way that we interacted with one another, the way that we treated people, our beliefs about things, whatever it was, doesn't seem to hold up any longer. And so I think we live in this beautiful time where there are more and more people standing up in their own lives and saying, I will not continue the legacy of my family. The things within my life, my lineage that have been passed down, the traumas. It's the big thing. The traumas, the mistreatments, the untreated things, you know, a lot of it, mental health things, right? But coming into this era where, yeah, we're going to confront that stuff. We're not passing this on to our children. The things that happen to us and happen to our parents and happen to their parents and so on, we will not stand for it. We will not be quiet. We will not just, look the other way and hope it gets better. We're going to cut that tree down. We're going to cut it up and we're going to use it for fire, right? We're going to keep ourselves warm next to that as we dispel the sicknesses. And let me just say, this is not just one family. This is not just, the odd family in the community that has these problems. It's every family. We all have our things. We also have the King of Swords, right? The beheader. So is the Queen, right? The Queen actually hangs out with them with the head, the mask. Is just holding it there. The revealer. Yeah. And the King is the one that takes the last blow, right? Absolutely cutting that off. This is a time of change. We are using our minds. We are using our intuition. We are being brave. And I say this, I keep saying this as we, because I feel this energy. And I want you to know you're not alone, because it can feel like you are alone. You might be the only one in your family, in your chosen family, in your group of friends, in your community that is saying anything, that is doing anything. And everybody around you might think, gosh, how difficult do you have to be? Why are you always causing problems? Why can't you just let it go? It's old. No. Not today. Not tomorrow. Not ever again. You have the spirit of a warrior, Virgo. You want things to get done, you go to a Virgo. You want somebody to make the tough decisions, to be unpopular, to be, vilified. But you're not going to crumble under the pressure. Go to a Virgo. We're not putting up with anything anymore. I'm with you. I'm with you. I am with you. All right, let's go ahead. Let's see. What else do we have? Now, this is the part I like. When we turn it over, look at that. It looks like a beautiful flower. We have a bird with a message, right? And that's it. You have a message for the world. And that garden is flourishing. Your life is abundant, is beautiful, is lush, because you're not going to live in that sickness anymore. You're not going to just, plant in ground that is poisoned. You are out there changing things. Not only for yourself, but for the future. Now, we also have, it looks like a hole-in-one. So you're winning. Now, I'm a superstitious person. I absolutely am. Of course, I'm doing, divination. So, yeah, I am pretty superstitious. But I do really believe that when we take action in our own lives, when we live by our convictions, our virtues, and our grace, and our faith, to be of service, not only to ourselves, but to those who are around us, right? It doesn't even have to be somebody you know. Your fellow being. Doesn't have to be human even. Animals, plants, minerals, whatever. When we take action, when we are living our life, not just there, right? When we show up in our own lives, the universe not only provides for us, it congratulates us. Things will begin to go your way. Not just in this realm of where you're doing the work, which is important, but in other aspects. There's an energy building, a stream that is flowing. It is full of life, abundance, openness and honesty and clarity. You are a light in this world, and you are attracting like energies. And so this is a win. This is a win for you. And you will continue to win. It might not always feel like it, and it might be really difficult. But you're not afraid of difficult. In fact, when things aren't easy, that's when you really thrive. You're good at really digging in. Figuring out a way against all odds. Getting that garden growing. Now, we also have a sheep. We have another sheep. We have what looks like the Hierophant right here, the high priest. We have a goat. We have a person riding a horse. We have a mixture of this strength, right? The goat, the ram, traversing difficulties to get there to the top of the mountain. Where most people see no way, no path. They give up. They let it go. You will not. You continue on. You get the thing done. We have the sheep, peace, finding peace in your heart. And that's what it is, especially for a Virgo. When we live in a life of deception, when we live inauthentically, when we just accept other people's realities, when we think, okay, well, I'm not gonna go against the grain here. I'm just gonna go along with it. I'm gonna, you're in a partnership or a marriage or whatever. You're just living your life how this person, sees things and following along so that you don't disrupt. Oh, no. I almost just spit 3 times on the ground there. No, not a Virgo, right? You find peace in your heart when you are just being you. When you are living your truth. When you're doing the hard thing. Like I said, the whole world might be against you. Your family might absolutely just can't understand, why do you have to bring this stuff up? Why are you doing this? Why is that always so difficult with you? But you're not going to let it go. Because you know in your heart of hearts, yeah, it's easier to just roll over and let it happen. Right? Just close your eyes to the corruption of whatever this is. But you're not gonna take it. And you're not gonna be gaslit or dissuade. And when you live that way, there's peace in your heart because you know you are being true to self. Now the Hierophant. Absolutely, Virgo have always now I always wish that we're more kind of the High Priestess, because there is just that intuition, being very in touch with that kind of watery energy, the psychic aspects. And, we all have all of the archetypes within us, and we dwell in each of them. The Hierophant or the High Priest is somebody who likes order, is maybe sometimes a little more dogmatic, okay? Finds a system of thinking, a perception, and will run with that, okay? If you could think of maybe somebody who is more fluid, like a intuitive, an empath, a shamanic, right? That would be more of the High Priestess. Now, the shaman is more like somebody who's like a priest, right? Or somebody, maybe even like a ceremonial magician, right? So somebody who follows the layout of an operation or a ritual or a ceremony, abides holy texts and so on, okay? That kind of is, we are Virgos. We are kind of like that. We like to have smooth running systems if we can. I learned this myself as a solar Virgo when I began to run a house and then a business. I never thought that would come naturally to me, but once I, was married and had a child and, started to really value having a real routine and keeping the house a certain way and whatever, I found that I really excel in this way. And I think a lot of Virgos do. So we do. We seek out something that makes sense to us, that's logical, okay? And we dig down and we build our foundation. We build up our life, right? We're very earthy people. of course. And we find a way to couple the natural flow of things into a system that we have constructed. So I see this and I see you in your power. I see you strong and bold, living by your convictions, as I said, having a real sense of power in your own life, finding your place, right? Not a place that somebody created for you, a place that you created for yourself. This is a wonderful time for you. Is it easy? No. But like I said, you absolutely thrive when there are challenges. You are good at the ordeals. Now, that all of this to be said, make sure that you are getting rest. Make sure that you are taking breaks. Make sure that you are doing other things that fill your soul. Okay, we can't always live in these places that are maybe have some conflict or difficulty. Okay, I know we do well there, but it will deplete us, right? It'll deplete you. So, finding that thing that really, it lets you relax. Going to the water, going to the forest, walking, hiking, gardening, bike rides. A lot of stuff for us Virgos is getting outside. I mean, that's the truth. Or getting in your bed, creating a little cocoon and getting all cozy and reading a book or something, that works too. But make sure that you're doing something for yourself. You need distractions. And listen, the word distraction has become, something that is very, we think of it as a negative. No, we need to have distractions. We need to have things that take us out of ourselves. We need to get into a flow state sometimes. So also creative endeavors. Or, something I want to share that I like to do is it's called mudlarking. And if you've watched their readings for any amount of time, this winter I was very excited about this. I had never done it. It's similar to metal detecting, right? Or looking for rocks, right? People that look for minerals. But what it is you go to places, waterways, like rivers or lakes or whatever, where there used to be little towns or where people had their homes, and a lot of times they're by waterways, right? Because that's where we build, near the water, where we can get our resources from. And so anyways, going through the mud, looking on the riverbanks or looking near the water and finding little bottles or trinkets or arrowheads or whatever it is. Doing things like this, I mean, that might sound boring to you, but doing something that you can get lost in, another thing I like to do, I'm really into, I'm into the idea of foraging. I've done some foraging. It's pretty limited, but what I really like to do is identify plants. I'm really into learning all of the plants that are around me, also birds and bugs. Some animals, I'm not always great at finding animals. They're good at finding me, but I don't always find them. But finding bugs and birds and things too, I like to spend my time doing that. I'm also interested, I've begun learning how to track. That's my next big goal, is learning how to track animals. But doing something that you can get lost in. That's important. Now we have a heart here. So I feel like at the core of everything, even when people might think like you are, sometimes it seems like you can be a little bit strict or maybe a little bit brash or very kind of forceful with your opinions or your ideas about things. I think that Virgo, we almost always move from a place of love and heart. A lot of times we just like to share, right? We want to share what we care about. And other people might not always find that interesting, or they might find it difficult, plainly difficult. But the reality is we move from a place of love and heart and generally care about people and their wellness. I think that there is a sense that Virgos can be kind of competitive. I don't always think that's true. I don't find that most Virgos that I know, at least solar Virgos, not very competitive so much as we want people to level up. So we can, sometimes be bothering each other, right? Or bothering people, or perceiving that we're bothering people, trying to help them kind of come up, right? I sometimes feel bad because I have a few friends. One of them I'm thinking of, I know he watches my readings. We've been friends for many years, and I'm always trying to get him to start a podcast or a channel or whatever. And because I know he'd be good at it, and I know, and I'm not going to call you out, but you know who you are. And actually he's an Aquarius, so I don't think he's watching this, but every time I talk to him, I'm like, hey, when are we going to start that YouTube channel? When am I going to help you get your YouTube channel going? But, and some people might think, okay, you're just pushy, you're full of yourself. It's not. It comes from a place of love. We want everybody to eat. I want everybody to get on. I want everybody to do well. And that's true, 100%. There's no, there's nothing behind that, but fully and truly, let's all get going, right? So I think this is true of you too. You are a person of great heart. Okay, maybe misunderstood sometimes, but when you get locked in with people, you are loyal to the end. You always show up for them. Your relationships, like the really important ones, and that maybe is just a few of them, right? But they last forever. I wouldn't be surprised if you've had friends since you were born or in preschool or whatever. And you stay good friends. It's not just like, oh, I know this person, we're still friends or whatever, but you've been close for many years. And, down here we have a chick with an egg. Okay. So new beginnings. I feel like it's the beginning of the next chapter here, right? We're still in the work that we're doing, but we're getting closer to kind of shifting into a different part of life pretty soon. And I feel like there's like the trimmers of it, and you're aware of it. So all of this is in preparation for your next big journey, right? The next big thing. And that will be coming soon. I believe right into the new year, right? I feel like around the beginning of this year, next year, 2025, there's going to be something going on where it's like a big shift, or a rite of passage, right? So here we go. Let's get ready. Let's start really kind of getting our energies and resources together. All right. So we're going to do the divine doors. I'm going to go ahead and flip through and stop where it feels right. And I'll flip this over. This one's gorgeous, by the way. Can I live here? I would absolutely. It says, hummingbird song. Nature of sweetness and joy it brings. The hummingbird's healing as medicine it sings. Nectar of sweetness and joy it brings. The hummingbird's healing as medicine it sings. I love this one. And appropriate, my sister, who is also a Virgo, she's a September Virgo. I'm an August Virgo. She's September Virgo. She, her totem is a hummingbird. So there we go. That fits for me as well. All right, Virgo, I'm going to tell you I love you because I do, and I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out, and it is free to subscribe. If you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I read them all. They mean the world to me. And again, if this is your first time watching, let me know. Put it in the comments. All right. I think that's it. Okay. I love you. I love you. I love you. We'll talk in a couple days. Have a great day. Bye.